Okay, Gemini, I'm Lisa High Priestess. This can resonate in your past, present, or future, or conversation, or something that you're watching TV. Okay. This is a new channel, so press like, subscribe, notification bell. I'm sorry for putting you last. I don't know. I went straight to Cancer. I apologize. This is the second time I do it. Okay, please forgive me. Okay, so someone could be asking you for forgiveness for doing something over and over again. Also, Gemini, you are the Lover's card. So, I decided to talk about Aphrodite. Okay. Let me tell you a little bit about her. Okay. Aphrodite is the ancient Greek goddess of sexual love and beauty, identified with Venus by the Romans. She was known primarily as the goddess of love, fertility, and occasionally presided over marriage. Her role was, along with Athena and Hera, Aphrodite was one of the three goddesses whose feud resulted in the beginning of the Trojan War, and she plays a major role throughout the Lilade. Aphrodite has been featured in Western art as a symbol of female beauty and has appeared in numerous works of it. Okay. Who was Aphrodite in love with? Ares. Okay. Her lover include Ares, the god of war, and the mortal Anchises, a Trojan prince with whom she had a famous son. Her most famous lover, however, was the handsome and youthful mortal Adonis. Okay. Who killed Aphrodite? Adonis. Wow. So we got to be Gemini, we got to be careful who we give our love to, okay? Because the man that she was the most in love with was the one that killed her. The mortal lover, the goddess Aphrodite in Greek mythology, one day Adonis was gored by a wild boar during a hunting trip and died in Aphrodite's arms, and she wept. Aww, so a broken heart, okay? Was Aphrodite a virgin? Aphrodite tells Anchises that she is still a virgin and begs him to take her to his parents. Okay. What were her powers? Okay. Her special powers were the of love and desire. She had a belt that had the power to cause others to fall in love with the wearer. Some of the other Greek goddesses, such as Hera, will borrow the belt from time to time. Aphrodite had the ability to cause to cause fighting couples to fall in love again. Aww. Okay. The color of her hair was blue. She wore wear a blue dress, and might argue that her hair is almost an auburn color, a rich shade of brown. Okay. What was her weakness? Okay. Was her vanity, jealousy, and hate of anyone considered more beautiful than herself. Okay. Wow. Okay. So they also ask if she's evil. Aphrodite is the goddess of love and beauty, and such as she could make anyone fall in love with her. However, she was vain, bad tempered, unfaithful, and extremely prone to jealousy. Okay, see the last reading that I had from you. Okay, it showed that you was playing in Aquarius. Okay, and it's like you let this person cheat on you because you had already known that they were cheating, and it's like you're not going to play the player. I am the lover's card. Okay, whichever you can do, I can do better. I get the Four of Cups. When you feel ignored, when you feel like you're not being loved, boom, getting rid of you, and finding myself a new way, to someone that does make me feel loved. Okay, period, point blank. So she was able to take off her belt and make anybody fall in love with her. But if any of them looked at anybody else, or if they thought anybody else was prettier, then that was vanity, to think that you could be the only one worthy of love. But she also has the ability to make people that fight fall in love again, couples that fight. So wouldn't it be a gift that she will have amongst themselves? The Ace of Pentacles reversed. Okay. So, I mean, it will all depend on the Gemini. They vibrate high or they vibrate low. If you have Venus, if you in your chart, and your Aphrodite, okay, if you have the energy like her, and you feel like someone is better than you, but then you have the ability to make anybody else fall in love with you, wouldn't it be better just to forget who is better than you, who is prettier than you, and find someone else that considers you to be the best goddess in the world? But I feel like if a Gemini feels betrayed, okay, the energy they give up, because you're loving, you give him everything that you want, you have a belt amongst you, you know how to love someone, but that kind of energy to be jealous and possessive, the devil comes out, the 5 of cups, and going straight to like the knight of rods on someone, ready to knock someone upside their head. So love is a beautiful thing, okay? I always say love conquers everything until love becomes an obsession. It becomes plenty of times there's movies, right? These certain movies that talk about when someone is so in love with someone that they force themselves to have their way with someone. I was just watching yesterday, I was watching this movie called Fatal Attraction. Okay. And this man was always in love with this woman. And since they were kids. And he married a woman that looked just like her, but and he loved her. He never cheated, but he was obsessed with her and very controlling and possessive. And so finally, when the wife left him and started to date somebody else, this man broke into that house, you know, and made it look like he was a drug dealer and murdered both of them. And then later on, he met that woman that, the woman he was actually in love with. And, the one that looked that he wanted his wife to look like. And she almost had an affair with him, but she didn't. So he started to stalk her. And to the point where he started to date her best friend, and he was a hacker, a crazy hacker. And so he could read all the messages. He made it look like she was after him, like, oh my gosh, a habitual liar, a narcissist, a very smart man. And then he framed his death. He made it look like he committed suicide when he didn't, to go back to that woman and try to kidnap her and force his will upon her. See, love is a beautiful thing. Love is a beautiful thing until it's not reciprocated. And you are the lover's card. So feeling rejected can really bring something out of you. But if you're a high vibrating Gemini, you know that you can easily replace anybody like that. Well, because in the beginning, he replaced her with someone that looked like her. But still, it was very unhealthy because he was trying to find the love of his life in many other people. He could not find her. So he was just looking for lookalikes when the one that he really loved wasn't going to give him the time of day. But they had a one night stand and she didn't let him have sex with her. He didn't like, and so he became absolutely obsessive over her. So he started to date other people, that were around her, like her best friend, or you would say their fans or whatever. And so, or her clients, whatever you would say, just so he can get back to her. Because what he really wanted was her energy, trying to find her in different people. Okay, blinding everybody. Okay, because he wanted a title, and she was already married. She already had somebody else. She had apologized for what happened, but he did not care. The death card. He was still willing to share, be willing to be a friend. Okay, he had it in his head. That's what he wanted. He would rather be a friend if he couldn't even be her lover. But ultimately at the end, he was just there waiting for that man to mess up. And then he became best friends. He even went out golfing with her husband to try to find out everything about her. So where I'm getting at, Gemini, is that if you are the lover's card, we must balance that love into healthy love and not obsessive behavior. And when someone tells us no, we must respect that, because we must understand that we are what we attract. Maybe in the past someone has done this to you. Maybe you have done it to someone else, and that's why you got, maybe you got to learn your lesson. And I'm telling you this because I have gone through this, okay? Where I was obsessed with someone and he told me no, and I had to respectfully leave somebody and not display, stalker behavior, because after I left him, other men started to do obsessive behavior kind of like how I was doing it. So it was important for me to learn that lesson to keep balance in my life. And I'm just saying, as a Gemini is so important, um, place healthy boundaries. And if you see someone displaying this kind of behavior on you, to protect yourself. If necessary, put restraining orders. And to understand that some people, what is healthy to you might not be healthy to them, and what's might not be healthy to them might be healthy to you. Love is a balanced thing. Love is balanced, okay? And is reciprocity, to be honest with you. Equal reciprocity. Equal reciprocity. Okay, it's not just being friends, it's being lovers. Okay, and understanding that having more than three might not be a good thing, because like Aphrodite, she was in vain and easily she saw somebody else there. Anyone that was more beautiful, she was on that ass. And this is also the stalker card. Dating mutual friends, dating, getting to know everyone that is in the mutual list to find out what makes them better than another person. But really, in reality, it is that maybe we're just not that person's cup of tea, and we could definitely keep it pushing on to the next person, the Emperor card, that can actually make you happy, that wants that equal reciprocity to you. What was it for Aphrodite to just take off her belt and or to put on that belt with somebody else that would definitely want to be in love with her? There is no competition. And that's where it was her downfall, having vanity. So, knowing what I'm talking to you about right now, I hope you could take it in consideration in your life, as in the positives and the negatives that you may have as your attributes, okay? And make it work for you, and never become something that you're not meant to be, because there's so many people in this world that can love you correctly when someone doesn't, okay? Blessings to you, Gemini, and thank you for your time, okay?